Okay, I'm just going to do this a second. Talk amongst yourselves. How's that? Yeah, it'll do. I'd have better from a far distance, actually. Right, okay, a brief look through the Middle Ages in my book, Paul Murphy's Extremely Unlikely History of the United Kingdom. A brief look through the Middle Ages, he said twice. I get paid by the word. 1216, death of King John, when he fell off the top of the Empire State Building. I get it, King John, stricken by flatulence in his latter years, he had climbed up there to do a particularly long brewing one, but had overestimated its postern strength. His last words were, "It was Tooty that killed the beast." He was buried in Worcester Cathedral, but not until the pong had gone. 1216, Henry III succeeds to the throne of England. Go back a few pages and read the bit about him again. Oh, I see, I'd already covered him, had I? Okay, 1237, border between Scotland and England established by the Treaty of York. Oh God, it's in bloody Latin. Scriptum, boy, did I pick the wrong page at random. Scriptum, Senographum, inter Hematimus Regnum Angli et Alexandrum Regum Sauci de Comatao Northumbri Cumbri et Wet Muslim Factum Corum Otone Legato, with knobs on. That's going to be really, really interesting to see how the auto subtitle on YouTube works that out. 1264, Simon de Montfort leads English rebel barons to defeat Henry III at the Battle of Lewes. They were flush with success. Bang, 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 bang. 1267, Henry III of England recognises the authority of Llewellyn ap Gwynedd in Wales, rather than how to pronounce his name. 1272, death of Henry III. He was buried at his request in Westminster Abbey in front of the church's high altar, the closest they had to a TV. When the king's body was exhumed in 1290, contemporaries noted that his body was in perfect condition and that Henry's long beard remained well preserved. "Where am I? Woke up what must have been 18 years ago, and I've been knocking on this low wooden ceiling ever since," said Henry. "Verily, 'tis a miracle," cried the exhumers, raising their hands in triumphal joy, and thus letting go the 2-ton lid of the coffin, which fell on Henry's head and killed him. "Quietly does it," said the exhumers, shoving Henry back in after checking nobody was looking. 1272. Edward I succeeds to the English throne. Edward, who was abroad at the time, slowly made his way back to England via Gascony, finally arriving in August 1274, the ungrateful little week. 1297. William Wallace, Andrew Murray and the Scots inflict a crushing defeat on the English at the Battle of Stirling Bridge on the 11th of September. 6,000 men stood on the Scots side, 9,000 on the English side, and the bridge collapsed. Aided by kilts, the Scots were able to cling to each other and make it to the shore. The British thought that they would be best served by staying put and waiting, and while they waited, the rest of the bridge fell on them and crushed them. "Today is a great day for Scotsmen," declared Wallace. "Less so for Scottish bridge masons, but we'll take that." 1307, death of Edward I. His sequel, Edward II, accedes to the English throne. The following year he married Isabella of France, the daughter of the powerful King Philip IV, as part of a long-running effort to resolve the tensions between the English and French crowns. All went well until one drunken night he showed his father-in-law some parchments he had commissioned, showing what he got up to with Isabella. He got up to page 182 of the Kama Sutra, and thus began the Anglo-French revenge porn wars. 1314, decisive victory for Scotland over England at the Battle of Bannockburn. 1315, famine in England. 1316, revolt of Llewellyn Bryn in South Wales. 1317, fuck this for a job, says Edward II. 1322, Edward II defeats a rebellious baronial faction at the Battle of Bowbridge. Maybe it's not so bad after what he said to his wife. 24th September 1326. Invasion of England by the country's Queen Isabella and her lover Roger Mortimer, 1st Earl of March, leads to the abdication of her rumptuous husband Edward II. I can't catch a fucking break for his last words as king. Okay, time to take a break there. For me, you go on and watch what you want to. I hear some good Beatles clips on YouTube.